is a team that introduced touchdown potential to the onside kick. 6-10 2 years ago, 4-12 last year. But then the Giants discovered the same magic that transformed San Francisco. They drafted Lawrence Taylor, the other rookie defensive standout of this season. And suddenly the city of New York is talking Super Bowl. Today, an NFC Divisional Playoff between pro football's two born-again franchises, New York and San Francisco.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, the New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Candlestick Park in San Francisco, the home of the 49ers. And 49er fever, 49er mania has captured not only the stadium, but the city of San Francisco. Happy to be able to say good afternoon to you. I'm Pat Summerall. Blessedly, we haven't had any rain the last 2 days. A light mist has started to fall right now. But so far, the field is indeed in good shape as the 49ers and the Giants, two teams trying to go from worst to first. John Madden and I visited long hours yesterday with Ray Perkins and Bill Walsh, the two head coaches, and they gave us, I think, John, a pretty good idea of what this football game is going to turn out to be.
They sure did. And first of all, Pat, I think that all the talk about the field is overrated because in the history of the National Football League, a field has neither won nor lost a football game. Now, Bill Walsh says that of the first 22 plays today, they will probably pass 17 times. I think it'll be a passing game for the 49ers all day. Now, Ray Perkins of the Giants says, we're going to run on it. He said, I wouldn't be surprised if we would see Rob Carpenter run the ball 40 times today. Now, that's a bunch. So it'll be the classic matchup, the run against the pass.
There's the man who's talking about running. You're just looking at Ray Perkins. Joe Danello will kick off, and we'll have an early chance to see if Bill Walsh sticks by what he said, and that is to throw the football, not necessarily long, but for possession, and Danello will get this playoff game underway. Phil Ring and Amos Lawrence back deep. It'll be Ring, fumbles, still on the ground. Both of them jump on it. 49er ball at their own 15. Light rain starting to fall. The 49er offense, the offensive backs and the receivers. Joe Montana coming off a great year. Ricky Patton and Earl Cooper, the runners. Solomon and Dwight Clark, the wide receivers. Charlie Young and Dan Audick. And John Ayers, Quillen, Cross, and Farnhurst up front. We'll check that Giant 3-4 defense in just a minute. The starters are Johnny Davis and Ricky Patton. Patton in motion. Montana from the first one fires complete. That's the way they said they were going to start, and that's the way they did. Is Dwight Clark, the NFC's leading receiver, comes down with it. The New York defense. George Martin, Bill Neal, and Gary Jeter, the front three. The linebackers, none better. Hunt, Kelly, Carson, and Taylor. Mark Haynes, Terry Jackson, Bill Courier, and at free safety, Larry Flowers, number 37, starting in place of the injured Beasley Reese. First down, 49ers. That's Ricky Patton hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks one tackle and gets good yardage. Broke away from Harry Carson, hit down by Gary Jeter.
Well, Pat, Ray Perkins got one of the things he said he wanted yesterday. He said he would like to start on defense, so because you can set the tempo with your defense easier than offense.
Perkins looking on as his team has given up one first down already and a substantial gain by Ricky Patton. As Earl Cooper now joins Patton in the backfield. Johnny Davis out. Fake to Cooper. Montana looking deep. That's Freddie Solomon incomplete, and no flags. Solomon says somebody bothered me. Courier is right back there in good shape with him.
I'll tell you, it's a great job by Courier. It's a double zone. Courier is a deep man with the outside on the left. Now watch him get in there and just get that right hand up there.
As much as anything else, I think he blocked out his vision with his hand.
I think he did. He didn't really touch the ball. He just got it in front of Freddie Solomon's eyes. You're right.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 49er 36. First possession for San Francisco. Giants haven't had it yet. The winner to play Dallas. Lawrence Taylor on a blitz. Wide open is Ricky Patton down the sideline. Only one blocker, and Patton will go all the way. Penalty marker down. We'll have a clip up about midfield by Freddie Solomon. They'll call this one back.
That's right. It was right on the 35-yard line. And Freddie Solomon made a clip there that allowed Ricky Patton to break loose.
You saw Ricky Patton perhaps pointing out the man he wanted Solomon to block. Maybe he'd have been better off to leave him alone.
Ricky Patton saying, all that work for nothing. We bring it back.
It would have been a 64-yard touchdown. We'll hear right now from Ben Dreith, the referee, and I'll give you the rest of his crew in just a minute.
Ben has a good voice.
Personal foul, flipping, number 88 on the offense. That's a first down.
It is still indeed a first down. Solomon clipped Mark Haynes right there.
There he is. He got him right from the back. That wasn't even close. That was a clip all the way, wasn't it?
No doubt about it. Here's the blitz by Taylor.
Watch Lawrence Taylor. I don't think there's anyone better at blitzing. And he's always getting blocked by linemen now. Early in the season, they blocked him with backs, but now they're doing it with linemen.
Up close to midfield is Earl Cooper on that first down carry. He got about a yard before Byron Hunt was the first Giant to hit him. Scott Brunner will start when the Giants do get the ball. Looks like he's waiting for the bell to ring to go to class.
He's on a park bench. A lot of poise out there.
He really has. And his record indicates that the team has a lot of confidence in him. His figures don't indicate that as far as passing percentage, but everything else does. Here's the fake reverse, and Solomon goes down in the grasp of Byron Hunt. We asked about the help. I beg your pardon, it was Montana who faked to Solomon, and then down he went, a 9-yard loss.
That's the thing with all those fakes. You know, they fake the reverse. If you get any penetration at all, then the quarterback doesn't have time to get the ball off.
Too busy faking. 3rd and 19 back at the 41. Brad Van Pelt, I started to say a minute ago, may be healthy enough to play, and he might play some. But Byron Hunt still plays, and he's done awfully well. Jumping off sides is Freddie Solomon. Montana just retreats and puts it down the ground.
That was one thing that is darn near inexcusable, is for a wide receiver to jump offside.
The umpire is Dave Hamilton. We told you about Ben Dreith.
False start on number 88 on the offense. He made contact.
Ray Doday, the head linesman, the line judge Jack Fetty, back judge Banks Williams, side judge Ed Ward, field judge Jack Vaughn, and the alternate
88 offense
is Jack Johnson. At all these playoff games, of course, they do have an alternate official.
And they also have an officiating crew that's working together for the first time. This is an all-star crew.
3rd and 24. 49ers going in the wrong direction. Mike Wilson is in the game as the 49ers go with 3 wide receivers. Montana receives. Fires, passes, incomplete, bounces off the shoulder of Ricky Patton. And the 49ers with their barefoot kicker, Jim Miller, will have to give it up. They had a barefoot place kicker last week in Philadelphia. Miller is a barefoot punter.
He got started that way because he lived on a farm and he didn't have any kicking shoes, so he kicked every kind of ball he could find barefooted, didn't he?
Didn't have anybody to play with. Just him and the ball and no shoes. Off the side of that barefoot, Bill Courier lets it bounce, and it takes a 49er bounce. Penalty marker down again.
That was one of those penalties, Pat, that kept flying from way back in the backfield, and that's usually something on the tight end. It's usually the defense holding on the tight end initially.
A 38-yard punt by Miller. 38 seems to be the number for this weekend, doesn't it? It's against the Giants.
That's right. When that flag comes from the deep in the secondary and comes flying that 20 yards, it usually is around the automatic first down.
Holding
The yardage is
before
not
he
so
kicked the
important,
football at the first down.
but that first down is very important. 49ers still keep the football at their own 41. 41-38 San Diego over Miami, 38-0 Dallas over Tampa Bay, and a 38-yard punt, the first one by Miller. Montana, the quarterback. What a great year he had. Takes the Patton. Looks to Mike Wilson and got him on a quick slant in Giant territory.
You know, early in this game, Pat, we can see what the 49ers are trying to do offensively. They're running play fakes, holding the linebackers, and then working the receivers behind the linebackers and in front of the secondary, as we just saw Mike Wilson there.
Montana is 3 out of 5. There's the book on Wilson. Clark got wide to the left. Wilson's out of the game now. They're going to take the Patton. It's Clark. Clark gets away from Terry Jackson. Almost broke clear. Jackson finally hung on. It's another 49er first down.
Bill Walsh was telling us last night that he expects this man, Dwight Clark, to have a big day. He said because he can handle this type of field. He says he has good balance, and he doesn't slip when he cuts, and you can see it there.
That rain that appeared just briefly as the game got underway seems to have stopped now. It was a very fine mist. And this field, although it's in pretty good shape right now, can't stand too much moisture. Ricky Patton split wide to the left. Earl Cooper is the lone setback. Montana will throw again. The Giants split. That's Clark. Clark inside the 15 to about the 11. Larry Flowers made the stop.
That's the favorite pass pattern of the 49ers. They have one back outside of Clark, one back inside of Clark, and he hooks right between them.
He does indeed have that great feel as to where to pull up against zone coverage. He's a lot better than they thought he would be in the beginning.
You know how he was drafted. Bill Walsh went to work out Steve Fuller, the quarterback, and Clark was catching for him.
Johnny Davis and Ricky Patton will carry. Patton down to about the 9, hit down by Byron Hunt.
The one thing about the 49ers offensively, they never give you the same look. They always have something. They have one back in the backfield, two, motion, fake reverses. Just about everything you can imagine comes out of this group here in the red jerseys.
5.5 minutes are gone in the first quarter, and the Giants still haven't had the football.
And two big plays, of course. One is the touchdown and was called back to Clint. The other one was a penalty on the punt where the Giants would have had the ball.
2nd and 8 from the 9. Montana, remember he scored the first time around. He throws this one out of the end zone. Clark, the nearest receiver, but a penalty marker is down.
I saw that one. That's that umpire right behind the defense. When he throws that, that's holding on the offense.
And you're right, John. Ben Dreith will take it back in the other direction. Joe Montana, a quiet leader. Brian Kelly, the Giant defensive leader, being insulted by Ben Dreith.
Holding offense number 56.
I think we can see that, Pat. It's right here in the middle. We'll see Fred Quill in the center, 56, working against Bill Neal. You see his right arm. He had the right arm outside his shoulder. The left arm he pulled him down with. That was a double pull down.
You said yesterday, John, he was going to have trouble with Neal. Montana rolls right. Solomon out of bounds. Montana's hot. Mark Haynes pushed him out of bounds. Freddie Solomon can also throw the option pass if need be off some of those reverses they're faking.
And he can also get deep. And, you know, this year when I talked to Freddie, he was so proud of his blocking. And then the first block when he throws, he gets a clip. But he said, if I've improved anything, he said, I've become a complete receiver. He said, because now I block. He said, watch me.
3rd and 7 from the 8. Montana has hit 4 in a row. Linville Elliott will now operate on the right-hand flank. Davis is the lone setback. Montana fires in the end zone. Touchdown. Charlie Young, the tight end.
Charlie Young caught that one, but the big reason is Joe Montana's ability to move around, and he was able to buy a little time to find Charlie Young. You see him there? He steps to the left, steps right, and then he steps up as he throws that ball. And then he could find Charlie Young in the back of the end zone.
Ray Worshing hits the extra point. And the 49ers move in front with 9:03 left in the first quarter. Watch.
Here, Charlie Young is going to the back of the end zone. He's running the pattern. He just stands there. He's waiting. Montana's working around. He finds him in the back of the end zone.
7-0 49ers. Pat Summerall with John Madden at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. That's the story of the 49ers drive. 13 plays.
That was despite 30 yards and penalties that the 49ers had on that drive.
Phil Simms underneath that jacket talking with Ray Perkins. Here's Ray Worshing. All set to kick off, and Leon Bright back deep for the Giants. It won't be Bright. Now it is Bright. Bright gets outside the 30 to about the 33. A penalty marker goes down. Amos Lawrence made the tackle on Leon Bright. A lot of penalty markers already. 30 yards in that drive. A crucial one against the Giants that enabled the 49ers to keep possession of the football, and this one is against the Giants.
Perkins looked like he was standing there in disbelief, didn't he?
Sure did.
I know he didn't want this type of start. You know, he felt that if they could start on defense, set the tempo, get the ball, maybe get a little field position, but he didn't want to start 7-0.
Illegal block above the waist in the back, number 56 on a run back. That's a first down.
56, of course, is Lawrence Taylor. That has to be the most popular call of this year. That illegal block in the back.
That's a big. That one will win the award. Number 1 call of 1981 season.
Mulledy, the tight end, is put wide to the right. The two wide receivers, Speedman. On the other side, here's Carpenter. Carpenter rambles over the right side, outside the 25 to about the 26. Stuckey made the stop. Here's the Giant offense. Brunner, Carpenter, Perry, Ernest Gray, and Johnny Perkins. The two big backs. Mulledy starting in place of Gary Shirk at tight end. Westenard, Flack, Turner, and King. Gary Shirk had back spasms in the locker room before the game. Didn't take part in warm-ups, and we haven't seen him since. Johnny Perkins in motion. On second down again. Carpenter rams outside. About a foot or so short of a first down, it appears. It's not short of a first down. It is a first down. San Francisco also plays a three-man front. There they are. Stuckey, Reese, and Dwayne Board. The linebackers Harper, Reynolds, Cookie, and Tina Turner. And a dandy secondary. The fabulous four. Locke, Wright, Williamson, and Dwight Hicks. Three of them rookies. Brenner again gets the Carpenter. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and knocked back by Jack Reynolds. The hacksaw over in the 49er bench, trying to stay dry and trying to stay warm. The Niners all wrapped up. Carpenter got perhaps a foot. There's what he did all year. Only one back in this game, as a matter of fact, who averaged over 4 yards a carry. That's Bill Ring. Young and Mulledy now are in the Giant lineup. Two tight ends, two wide receivers, and one setback on 2nd and 9. Young in motion. Bruner will throw. Throws too young. Carlton Williamson immediately. About a 6-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down.
This is one of the situations that the Giants would like to stay out of, because there's one defensive lineman that hasn't been mentioned yet, and that's Fred Dean.
He is number 74, and he just entered the fray. And look out for him.
And he doesn't start, but he's in the Pro Bowl, and they call this Dean fence. Look at that chest on him. He has a sternum injury, and that's a little added protector.
They put a tight end across from Dean to neutralize him a little bit, and they keep him in. Double team. It'll be a 1st down as Bruner hits Carpenter. The Giants pick up their second first, I'm sorry. Bobby Leopold made the stop.
Now, that was an interesting thing. As you said, they put a tight end on Fred Dean's side, and Ray Perkins said he wanted to do that. You know, Ray Perkins knows Fred Dean. He coached with him at San Diego when he was with the Chargers, and he said, we're going to put a tight end on his side most of the time, but he didn't say he was going to double team him.
We thought he was just going to put him there to make him think about it, but he kept him in with a double team that time. Mulledy and Weston both blocked him. Perkins in motion this time. 1st down Giants. Carpenter to the outside. Ross got a couple. Got into 49er territory before Jim Stuckey again wraps him up.
You know, last week against the Eagles, the Giants had 24 first down situations, and they ran the ball on 22 of them. This guy did 33 times for 161 yards. What a day.
Bobby Leopold, number 52, comes in the game along with Fred Dean again. There had to be certainly 2 of the outstanding trades made this year by these 2 teams. One for the 49ers to get Dean, and for the Giants to get Carpenter. 2nd down and 8. Bruner looking. Well, it gets it to Carpenter. Carpenter hit by Reynolds. Fumble. 49ers football.
There's another big addition to that team who just made a big play there, Jack Reynolds. Bob Carpenter's upset. He didn't think that he fumbled that ball. He's telling Jack Benny that wasn't a fumble. I was down. Fred Dean now. He's man-to-man there on Jeff Weston. He gets by him, but Bruner does a nice job of stepping up, buys a little time, gets it to Carpenter, and that ball left as soon as Jack Reynolds hit him.
Reynolds hit it with his helmet and knocked it loose. That was a fumble. 49ers still lead 7-0. Their football.
Look out for...
Here comes Big.
Here's that last fumble.
We'll see it right here. Carpenter catches the ball. He has possession. Now, right there, Reynolds hits him. See the ball pop out before he's down? That was a legitimate fumble.
And that was Bobby Leopold who made the recovery. Rob Carpenter over having some equipment check. Nothing physically wrong with him. 1st down, 49ers at their own 46. 2 tight ends. Another offensive alignment. This is Earl Cooper. He might have gotten a foot. Mark Haynes up with a good force. Penalty marker down again. A Giant is also down.
They're both down. It looks like the man that made the block is underneath the man that he blocked.
That's Haynes, who's down as far as the Giants are concerned. You see the clip indication against San Francisco. And Solomon is the other. I don't think he's hurt. I just think he doesn't want to move while Haynes is there. They don't know what's wrong with him.
That's usually what they do. When a doctor runs on the field and they have that type of situation, he'll tell them, both of you stay there. Let's see what Freddie Solomon does. He's the outside receiver in the right. Comes off the ball. He comes up. Haynes gets by him. Haynes is up there in good support. See, now Solomon blocked him again from behind. That was a real clip. That's the 2nd time that Freddie Solomon has clipped Mark Haynes.
They're still working on that double stack over there, and they're trying to put some of the divots back. Whipping on Solomon. It is the call indeed. Haynes took all the power of Earl Cooper almost right directly in the face mask at least, and he's still down. 7-0 San Francisco.
Introducing another engineering wonder, the new 1982 Honda.
That's Mark Haynes, who is back of Terry Jackson now, sitting up. And he set up under his own power. Here's what happened to him. That's Freddie Solomon.
Watch the whole thing again. It's going to be a run out here to Mark Haynes' side. He's number 36. He'll start up. He gets by Freddie Solomon. Now, Solomon should let him go, but he stays with it. And see what happened to him, Pat. He really got high load. He got hit low from behind by Solomon and high from the runner Cooper.
The old schoolyard trick. And fortunately, Haynes seems to be okay now. He really took the shot both in the back and in the head.
This was probably the shot in the head from Cooper more than the one from behind by Solomon.
His place has been taken by Mike Dennis. Another guy who hit you. First down, 49ers, Montana to go right to work in that direction. Right, Clark. And Dennis makes the stop on Clark.
Well, it didn't take Joe Montana long to figure out who Mark Haynes' replacement was. Watch this. He puts Dwight Clark over there in the right side, has him running out. You see now Mike Dennis is playing too far off. There he comes into the picture after Clark had made the reception.
Johnny Davis goes in and Earl Cooper comes out. Dennis is going to play that far off. They're going to have to make a defensive adjustment. 2nd and 9 for the penalty. Here's a handoff to Ricky Patton, hit by Bill Neal as he gets just to midfield. There's John DeSiegel. That's Haynes underneath the hood. Joe Montana.
What a start he's had. He's hit 8 out of 10 passes. He already has 127 yards, and he's hit his last 6 in a row.
Time remaining in the first quarter, 4:02. 49ers pretty much dominated this first quarter at least. Ricky Patton and Earl Cooper behind Montana. Montana going deep. And intended for Cooper, swinging out of the backfield. Back there with him was Brian Kelly, and coming over, Mike Dennis as well.
That's the other pattern that the 49ers love against double coverage. When they double to the outside, the corners rotate, the safeties rotate outside. That leaves the middle open, and Joe Montana always tries to get deep on that coverage. He's just saying over there, I had him. I had Earl Cooper. But Brian Kelly did a nice job of covering.
Here's Jim Miller. And Leon Bright back deep for the Giants. Also back deep, Brad Van Pelt on one side and Bill Courier on the other. Works off the side of the foot of Miller. Leon Bright comes up quickly. Gets outside the 25 to about the 27, where the Giants will take over. With 3:35 left to play. And the first quarter at Candlestick, Dan Bungs is the man who made the stop on Leon Bright.
The engineers of Mercedes-Benz have created an advanced diesel power system. Its heart, this compact turbocharger. And this system has just transformed 2 more diesels into high-performance turbo diesels. Mercedes-Benz unleashes the 300D sedan and the 300 CD coupe. Now with 45% more power. The 300D sedan and the 300 CD coupe. The 2 newest turbo diesels from Mercedes-Benz.
You'll probably think I'm old-fashioned, but I don't believe in taking a lot of medications. I'm very careful about the medicines I keep at home. That's why we use Tylenol. You know when I was first given Tylenol? In the hospital after my son was born. And it really worked. And Tylenol is the pain reliever hospitals use most. That means I can really trust Tylenol.
For relief you can trust. Trust Tylenol. Hospitals do. Tylenol in regular and extra strength.
Monday on House Calls, Peckler picks a new assistant, but will Charlie be the winner when his old flame turns out to be the pick of the litter?
Maybe this is his idea of germ warfare.
Monday.
Giants have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 28. 49ers leading 7-0. 3.5 minutes left first quarter. Leon Perry and Rob Carpenter are 2 runners. Perry gets his first carry of the day, and it turns out not to be too healthy. Wayne him down.
See, one thing, that 49er defense is really playing tough against the run on first down.
Those are the rankings in the NFL. Philadelphia #1. 49ers second. The Giants third. The turnover ratio, you can see the playoff teams involved in that. The defense also helps consider. Red Dean cut down this time. Bruner tries to set up a screen. Ernest Gray set sail. Being chased by Willie Harper, but they're not going to catch him. Ernest Gray with a touchdown from Bruner.
I'll tell you what a throw that was. Dave Jennings there. He's a top cheerleader. Boy, did Scott Bruner thread the needle on that pass.
I don't think he was the intended receiver by any means. They were trying to set up a screen.
Watch him. He comes to the outside. We'll see it's a zone defense. He just hits in there and keeps sliding. But that ball was thrown between three 49er defenders. And when Ernest Gray gets a step on you, you're not going to catch him.
72 yards. Scott Bruner to Ernest Gray. Danilo will kick and Bruner will hold to try to tie it up. As the first quarter winds down, Danilo does. It's 7-7. Boy, how things can turn around. 72-yard touchdown pass from Scott Bruner to Ernest Gray.
Let's see if we can watch that one again, Pat, from the start here. You know, Scott Bruner doesn't have great statistics, but he sure comes up with big plays. Okay, now we're going to see right here. This is Ernest Gray here, and we're going to start. He's going to come down. He'll get behind. He'll get a bump here. He'll get beyond. Just work into this area here against the zone defense. Get between it. Catch the ball here. Break and get all the way in for a touchdown.
Very well done.
I love, you see that bump in there? You see he gets it, then he slides in. He slides between the two layers, catches it right there. Missed tackle, and it's all over.
And the score is 7-7. That was Dwight Hicks who missed that tackle on Gray, and Gray was off to the races. Willie Harper was the 49er with the best chance at Gray. But I think that's a bit of a mismatch. Danilo will kick off that drive, if you can call it one. 2 plays, 72 yards, and the game is all even. Danilo to kick off. Bill Ring and Amos Lawrence back deep for the 49ers. It's Amos Lawrence. Penalty marker is down. Lawrence has got some room. Amos Lawrence hit by Danilo. And by Mark Haynes, who made the saving tackle. A 47-yard kickoff return by Amos Lawrence. From where the penalty flag is, it looks like it would be the Giants offside, and I'm sure the 49ers will turn that down.
Kicking team was offside.
You were right, and you're right again. They'll turn it down. You know, Amos Lawrence was also acquired from the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers have been very good to the 49ers. They got Fred Dean. They got Amos Lawrence.
Offside. Decline the penalty. It's a first down.
I'm sorry, Ben. Ben talks twice. I mean, he tells you twice what those plays are. But the third player is the starting left tackle, Dan Audick.
And the 49ers have it in good shape. At the Giant 48-yard line, Cooper and Patton, the 2 runners. Or the 2 seconds. Solomon has the pass completion. Mark Haynes is back in the game. He was a little bit off Solomon as well.
That's one thing. I think the Giants are going to have to start getting up a little tighter or a bump on these outside receivers, because we can see Solomon there. He runs unmolested the whole way, catches the out, and they're really giving big cushions to these outside receivers.
Perhaps you saw at the end of that replay that number 10 is in the game now. That is Brad Van Pelt. And Haynes is back as well. Tight ends for the 49ers. Ricky Patton, the ball carrier. No place for Ricky to go that way anyway. He drops the football. Drops on it. And George Martin drops on top of him.
There's Brad Van Pelt. Ray Perkins was telling us last night that he was okay. He would start Byron Hunt and maybe play Brad Van Pelt. Because that's something that Ricky Patton really shouldn't do. Once you start on a sweep to the right, you have to find something in there and get it upfield. You can't turn and reverse your field, especially on this type of field. That's what caused it right there. Yeah. Look at that step. Big foot.
And 17 in deep. Montana throws over the middle, intended for his tight end, Charlie Young. He is tripped up by Larry Flowers. Montana was under heavy pressure from the Giant defense. Montana 9 out of 13, 138 yards, and a touchdown pass to Charlie Young. Score tied 7-7 in this NFC playoff game.
Yeah, we just looked at Charlie Young there, and Joe Walsh was saying that he has really come along as a blocker this year. He said he may be the best blocking tight end in the NFL.
A couple of teams have given up on him at one time. Montana on third down as Mike Wilson, the third wide receiver, in the pocket. Now throws deep. He's got a man wide open, Clark. And Clark is down and out of bounds at the 6-yard line by Larry Flowers. Boy, can he get open.
I'll tell you, he can get open, and the other thing is Montana can move around, and he can buy time. Again, now we'll see this here. This is a double zone. You see, Mark Haynes comes up. He bumps Clark. Now he lets him go to the safety. See, now Clark was going to run it out. He saw Montana move. He went out and up, and he caught the ball out there before the safety, Larry Flowers, got over there.
It'll be first and goal, 49ers. Mike Clark is big for a wide receiver, 6'4", 210. Here's Montana. And held on a blitz intended for Cooper, incomplete. Bill Courier, the defender for the Giants.
You know, in that last play, we saw the isolate, the play before the isolated Dwight Clark. But again, it was this guy here, number 16, Montana. By scrambling, he could buy that time that allowed Clark to run his out and then react by going up.
It'll be second and goal at the 6. 46 seconds left, first quarter, 2 tight ends. Houston Ramsey. This is Bill Ring. Ring rings down to about the 2 before George Martin puts him down.
Bill rings down to the 2. I'll tell you, they like this guy. He's a first-year man. He's only 5'10". He weighs 215 pounds. Played at Brigham Young. Was with the Pittsburgh Steelers at one time, and he roomed with Rocky Blyer, who's his idol, and his agent.
Well, a good relationship.
Idol and an agent.
Third down and goal from about the 3. This is Ring again. Van Pelt wraps him up at about the 3. The rain starts to come down a little bit harder now.
There's a guy who's ready to play, Brad Van Pelt. He hasn't played in a month. He was originally injured in this game.
First playoff game for that 9-year veteran. Long time coming. Montana will hold at the 11-yard line. This will be a 21-yard field goal effort by Ray Worshing. Montana handles a high snap and Worshing gets it through. 49ers retake the lead. That was the first play of the second quarter. Worshing makes it 49ers 10, Giants 7.
Worshing kicker, but Montana did a great job of getting that high snap and getting it down.
Perkins looks a little disgusted at the moment.
He always looks that way. Watch his snap here. Watch the job that Montana does. The ball is high. He has to not only bring it down, but bring it back into him, and Worshing makes a perfect kick. Okay, now let's watch this big play that Clark. Here's Clark out here. Now, the Giants are going to be in a double zone. Haynes will come up, react here, get a bump here. Flowers is supposed to be the outside man here, but he is influenced by a back coming out of the backfield that keeps him in here. Clark gets by the bump, starts out, sees Montana scramble, and then runs up. Let's watch it.
struck quickly. First down, Giants at their own 37. 49ers leading 17-7. Certainly a position that Ray Perkins did not want to be in as Joe Montana walks upstairs to the assistant coaches, Leon Bright and Leon Perry in the backfield. That's Leon Bright outside the 40, about the 42. A fumble. 49ers are saying they've got it, and they are indeed correct. About to blow it open. Tina Turner made the recovery.
I wonder why Rob Carpenter wasn't in there. You know, if you watch Leon Bright going off, he has rib injuries, and he has a flak jacket on. And sometimes that's hard to hold the ball as you're going in with a flak jacket.
Carpenter is standing over on the sidelines. Appears to be okay, but there must be some reason. 17-7, San Francisco. Down 49ers at the Giant 42. They'll go for more quickly. Down the middle, complete. Charlie Young taken down by Flowers. First down. Inside the 30 to about the 28. Boy, they strike in a hurry. Mike Wilson enters the contest along with Mike Schumann.
I think this is a very important series right here for the Giant defense, because if they allow another score here, that may be too much of an uphill battle for them.
It may be as the rain continues a little bit. 4 wide receivers in the game this time, a formation we heard about yesterday. Montana looks left, throws right. Solomon taken down immediately.
I think there may have been more wide receivers than that, because Freddie Solomon and Dwight Clark were in the backfield. Freddie Solomon came out of the backfield to catch that ball from the halfback location.
They had Schumann, Wilson, Clark, Solomon, and Young all in the game at the same time.
And you never know where they're coming from. That's what Bill says. He says we want to kind of hide them so they can't plan what we're going to do.
Come at you with a lot of weapons. Ricky Patton and Earl Cooper now the setback. Handoff is to Patton. Patton to the outside. Steps out of the hands of Marcanes and scores. 49ers on the roll. Five-yard touchdown run by Ricky Patton.
I think if we watch this again, it was like a tackle trap. We see the outside, number 61 there. Dan Audick pulled and made a nice block that sprung Ricky Patton to the outside. Audick came all the way from his left tackle position.
And Worshing adds the extra point. It's San Francisco 24. The Giants 7, and we still have 10 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the first half of this playoff game. 49ers rolling. That's Ricky Patton, who's wearing the glasses. 5 rushes, 28 yards, 25 coming on that touchdown run he just made. He's also been with a couple of other teams and found a home in San Francisco.
Bill Walsh has done an outstanding job of bringing all these people together, hasn't he?
He really has. That's Mike Dennis this time instead of Leon Bright. Knocked down at about the 18-yard line by Rick Jervis.
Well, let's see if we can watch that touchdown play again. Pat, it was really interesting. Charlie Young right here, the tight end, gets a good block. But the big one is the left tackle right here, Dan Audick. Now, most of the time, guards pull, but we're going to see Audick pull all the way across, and right here at the point of attack, block 2 people. He comes all the way, boom, he gets 2 right there, and that's what sprung Ricky Patton.
We come back live and watch the Giants operate with Rock Carpenter, the runner. He bangs for about 5 before they push him backwards, led by Archie Reese, the nose tackle.
You know, one big thing for the 49ers now, with the lead of 24-7, the running of Rob Carpenter isn't as important to him.
But with as much time left as there is, and you're a Giant, really, it's not time to panic yet.
We know that after watching those games yesterday.
Isn't that the truth? 2nd and 5 at the 24. Perkins goes in motion to the right. Bruner gives again to Carpenter. And Carpenter's got some running room. Carpenter will have a first down at the 38-yard line. Dwight Hicks led the 49er tacklers. Carpenter, good run. Found some daylight to the outside and gives the Giants some breathing room.
That's the other thing. When they put Fred Dean in, they would like to run at him. You see now Weston does a good job there. See the left tackle? He gets outside. He hooks Fred Dean. He gets outside position, keeps him to the inside so that Carpenter could bounce out.
Giants operate now with 2 tight ends. Mullity and Young, who's in motion right now. The big rookie from Purdue. He indeed was really in motion. The throw outside to Mullity. That's enough for a first down, but Young was in motion. Carlton Williamson made the stop on Mullity.
Of course, the rule on motion is that they can go across the backfield in parallel, but they can't turn upfield before the ball snaps.
These two teams met in the regular season with the 49ers winning 17-10. That was the victory that locked up the division title for them.
Illegal motion, offense, number 89.
And in that last game, the Giants dropped 8 passes and had 5 turnovers.
And still it was only 17-10.
Look at all the yardage. The 49ers have been penalized 75 yards.
Still at 8:41 left to play in the first half. Again, Young goes in motion. Turner gets to Carpenter. Carpenter gets to about the 35 under a horde of red-shirted 49ers, led by Craig Pookie. He's from Tennessee, as is Jack Reynolds. And Craig has sort of patterned himself after the mannerisms and lifestyle of Reynolds.
Right. In fact, they were roommates in training camp. They both went to Tennessee, as you said, but 10 years apart. It looks a little like Jack Reynolds, doesn't it?
Doesn't have a hacksaw yet. At the 35, they lost yardage on the last play. Call it 2nd and 12. Young again goes in motion to the right. Bruner, Ernest Gray, first down Giants midfield. Eric Wright made the stop. Another good throw from Bruner, 16 yards.
I tell you, that height to Bruner, being 6'5", I think is a real advantage for him. We'll see Ernest Gray come off here again. He's working on Eric Wright. He just runs a little in, gets up in the air, and makes the catch before Wright can get there. Jeff Weston's doing a good job on Fred Dean. Watch the pass protection here. He gets that right arm in there, stays square, keeps battling, stays between Fred Dean and the quarterback.
Here's Carpenter with good yards. Rob banging down to about the 44. Dwight Hicks again made the tackle. Talking about Jeff Weston. He's a guy who sort of just made himself into an offensive tackle. Made himself a different-looking individual entirely with a weight program.
Right. He was originally a defensive lineman. In fact, he was drafted by the Miami Dolphins. He was a defensive lineman. Played some defensive lineman for the Giants. Then they moved him to offense, and he changed his entire body.
You can see by that mix-up with Dean a minute ago that he's got considerable amount of upper body strength. Here's Bruner back to throw and throws quickly. Young had it, dropped it. 49ers all around. Craig Pookie, number 54, was there, and so was Jack Reynolds.
The two roommates, 54 and 64, right back there together. Now there's a real linebacker, Jack Reynolds. He's been in the playoffs 9 years in a row. What an amazing guy.
That may be an all-time record.
Look at those eyes. You don't think those are the eyes of a linebacker? Don't smile, Jack. Yeah, that's good. Don't ruin it.
Especially not on game day.
You may not even smile when it's all over.
3rd and 5 at the 44. Out of the shotgun is Brenner, Leon Bright. One of the setbacks. Dean goes down under Weston. The pass is caught by Johnny Perkins. Another Giant first down. Bruner threw that one a little bit behind, but really on the line.
You know, since Bruno, I have the feeling that the Giants are doing more things. You know, I mean, here they have the shotgun. They have a lot of motion, different things. But you see how that height helps? Stands back there. He can see over that line.
Another thing that helps is that the offensive line is doing a superb job of pass blocking. First down, Giants at the 49-30. That's Gray in motion this time. Brunner takes to Carpenter. Looks at Perkins. Is throwing for Young. Tina Turner had great position on the big tight end. Didn't even let them move upfield.
Look at Scott Brunner there, Pat. He's complaining to that official that he was bumped, that Young was bumped when the ball was in the air. That's good. I like a feisty quarterback. Yeah, they got to get in. Show some emotion. A little argument. That's good. Nice face mask.
Scott Brunner's father, if you don't know, offensive backfield coach for the Detroit Lions. So he's been around football for a long time. They had to go to second and 10. 30. Brunner drops again. Blitz is on. Brunner throws. Pass intended for Tom Mulledy. Bounced out of his hands. Very nearly intercepted by Carlton Williamson. 27.
Watch it right there. There's Carlton Williamson there. Just as the ball gets there, Carlton Williamson is tackling Tom Mulledy. You know, I said earlier, I think since these new rule changes, that coverage has to change in this league. The way to do it now is you let them catch the ball, and just as they catch the ball, you hit them. I think this 49er defense does that as well as anyone.
If you do anything before that, the yellow flag goes down. 3 wide receivers. Watch Fred Dean, number 74, at the bottom of your picture. Brunner throws high. Dean put the heat on. Johnny Perkins, the intended receiver. We'll see Danello now. Lynn Thomas, also the defender, the extra back for the 49er. Danello. Sometimes a treacherous field like this. It is a little slick. Can hurt not necessarily the right foot so much of a place kicker, but the left, off which he drives as he kicks.
You know, if the Giants had a fake field goal, I wouldn't be surprised to see it right here.
They have one. They tried it a couple of times during the year. In fact, we saw them score a touchdown against Green Bay on a fake field goal. That's no fake. That's good.
He pumped that one right through. There was no doubt about that one. Whap.
45 yards out for Danello. The 49ers only had 10 men on the field, but that doesn't make any difference. We'll keep that. Joe Danello tees it up and will kick off to the 49ers. Not too much of a wind. This place, of course, is very famous for being one of the more windy parts anywhere. But today, outside of the fact that the field is wet, playing conditions aren't bad. Danello drills it down to Amos Lawrence. He's had one good return already. Amos hurdles out to about the 25 and bounces to the 26. Mike Whittington made the tackle. Here's Danello a minute ago on that field goal.
You know, in this type of turf, the most important foot is the left foot, the plant foot. And you see his left foot just slipped a little, but he was still able to get all his leg into it.
And got the field goal from 45 yards out. Van Pelt back in the game on defense for the Giants. 5:23 left to play in the first half. The 49ers 24. The Giants 10. Montana, the quarterback. Here's that same play again. And Van Pelt spun out of the block and made the tackle. That was the touchdown play of a few minutes ago.
And the difference that time, that Van Pelt got across the line and upfield instead of staying on the line. On the touchdown, the side was on the line. Now you see Van Pelt, he got up across into the backfield and took that block on.
Difference was that was Ayers, the guard, who pulled on that play instead of Audick, the tackle from the other side. And Pelt played it well. Montana pumps, throws, as Solomon chased by Brian Kelly, but it'll be a 49er first down. at their own 45.
I'll tell you, Steve DeBerg a year ago was the starting quarterback for the 49ers, and the reason that they changed to Joe Montana is that he can move, and he did this time. Again, he bought a little time by his movement, and that allowed Freddie Solomon to find a hole in that zone just on the other side of Brian Kelly.
The two wide receivers, Clark and Solomon, both have caught passes for 100 yards.
Whew. Good day's work
already. Hand off quickly to Earl Cooper. Cooper saw some running room, but is brought down by Haynes after he picked up maybe 2.
Well, the one thing I think that the Giant defense, especially on 2nd and 3rd down, they have to stop ignoring the run fake.
That's what the 49ers have burned them with earlier. That was a long pass to Solomon off a run fake. Not a bad half for Montana. 2nd down, 8 at the 47. Motion with Young. Montana has Solomon again. Just very near a first down in Giant territory. Kelly and Van Pelt converge.
Let's watch Lawrence Taylor blitz here. Now again, he's getting blocked by linemen. We'll see Ayers, the left guard, pulls out to block Taylor, gets him and stops him right there.
And Patton came over to help. Ayers might have got a little of Taylor's face mask as well.
I think so. Early in the season, running backs used to try and block Lawrence Taylor when he'd blitz. And now it's guards and backs and tackles, and he's getting blocked by everyone.
3rd and short. 2 tight ends. And Cooper. Cooper breaks into the Giant secondary. Earl Cooper inside the 30 to about the 26. Larry Flowers finally made the tackle on big Earl Cooper.
I'll tell you, John Ayers made a great block on that one. He pulls out from the left side. His left guard. You see him pull there right on top of the screen. Now watch the block that he gets there on Harry Carson, and that springs Cooper to the outside. Then he gets another block by Ricky Patton.
There's a good block on that side on Lawrence Taylor also. I didn't see who got that, but they twisted him inside pretty well. 2-minute warning in the first half at Candlestick. 49ers leading 24-10 over the Giants. The preceding message was furnished by the National Football League. Pat Summerall with John Madden. You see the book on the Giants for this very successful year that they've had. Montana's career best, by the way, is 287 yards. He's done that 3 times. He already has 276 yards in this first half alone. He starts Patton in motion. Giants chasing, Montana throwing, and just throws it away. A lot of pressure coming from Montana's left. The person of Taylor and Jeter.
We were talking before the game that the field really won't be that big a thing, and I believe that. We watched this first half, and I think that this ground crew has done an outstanding job of getting this football field ready to play today.
The league suggested that George Toma from Kansas City, who's considered to be the very best, be brought in to work on the field. He's been out here 4 times. The city of San Francisco deserves a lot of credit for the condition of this field. The 4 wide receiver formation. Montana started that quarterback draw, and the Giants wouldn't buy it. Bill Neal was the first one in white there.
Joe Montana dropped back, and he stops. And watch him here. The first thing he'll see in the right of the screen is Jeter coming from the outside. And boom, he had to pull it up. And that play didn't work. I think that's one that they'll probably throw away. Huh?
You won't see that one again today. Coach Walsh's list.
That's an interesting thing.
It is. You got to explain that in a minute. Minute and a half left in the first half. Patton Cooper. Montana again drops. And again he's under pressure. Van Pelt gets away from whoever was blocking him. And it was Eason Ramsey. It was good coverage downfield. Montana couldn't find anybody. And Van Pelt took him down.
I think the big thing is the Giants get the 49ers in second and long and third. Doesn't make any sense, and they can just tee off on the pass route.
Wersching comes into the game. Van Pelt trots over to the side on 4th down. Back at the 32, 4th and 16. To be a 49, make it a 50-yarder by Wersching.
He can kick him that far.
That might get there, and then again it might not. Wide to the left and not quite far enough. Don't forget, next Sunday, one of these two teams will play the Dallas Cowboys, who trampled Tampa Bay yesterday by a score of 38-0. It'll either be the Giants in Dallas or Dallas at Candlestick.
Where those Cowboys looked good yesterday, didn't they?
Wow.
They look like a machine.
49ers resemble that machine today, don't they?
They look like a machine today.
See what happened to Wersching's left foot.
That's the most important foot. You see, he looked like he was sliding into second base. And
good slide.
Yeah, it was nice. He had his head up, foot out. But when that left foot slips, then you can't get everything into it.
First down, Giants, and 10 at their own 32. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. 49ers have 2. Brunner starting right to work. Throws low and behind Mulledy. The intended receiver, he hurried that one a little bit. Clock stopped with 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Carlton Williamson, the defender.
I think he hurried that one a little because the right outside linebacker, Tina Turner, was awfully close to him.
So it'll be second down 10 at the 32. 49ers leading the Giants 24-10 as we wind down the first half. Cincinnati beat Buffalo earlier today. Blake Harper quickly. Nothing doing. Tina Turner also on the tackle.
You know, sometimes on a draw play, the most important block is that tight end. You know, to turn that linebacker out. They had the inside block, but they didn't get the outside linebacker, Willie Harper.
Coming up at the half, Roger Staubach, of course, on the left of your picture. You know the guy in the middle is Brent Musburger, and one of the real great ones, Mr. Bradshaw, Terry on the right side. Giants just letting this clock run down and run out. And Brunner will indeed just let it run out. And the 49ers will depart the playing field at Candlestick Park at the end of the first half, leading by the score of 24-10, and they have looked very sharp. Ray Perkins and his Giants headed for their locker room. And John Madden said at the beginning of our broadcast that he didn't think, for one, that the field would be that big a factor, and it really hasn't been. 24-10 San Francisco.
See signs announcing the best gap.
Ray Wersching will kick it off in the second half for the 49ers. San Francisco leads 24-10. Leon Bright runs over, finally fields it, drops it, and now Bright will start upfield. It's taken down at about the 10-yard line by Mike Wilson. Let's check the first half statistics.
What a first half of passing Joe Montana had. Look at that, 263 yards. That almost equals his best ever for a game. But again, that big one, look down there at the bottom. 3 turnovers for the Giants, none for the 49ers.
They'll start way back deep in their own territory, the Giants, I mean. They trail 24-10, first and 10 at the 11. Here's Rob Carpenter, cutting to the outside and cutting in for about 6 outside the 15. Stopped by Dwight Hicks. Giants touchdown came on a 72-yard shot from Scott Brunner to Ernest Gray. The 49ers, a pass from Montana to tight end Charlie Young. A 55-yard bomb from Montana to Fred Solomon. And a 25-yard run by Ricky Patton. Two tight ends for the Giants. Melody on the right. Young on the left. That's Perkins in motion, however. And it's Carpenter with the ball. Rob is shy of the 20. About the 19. Dwayne Ford. You look at one of the bright minds in football anywhere. Bill Walsh.
I'll tell you, he's sure done a job every place he's been. You know, he was an assistant at Cincinnati, developed Ken Anderson there. He was an assistant at San Diego where he had Fouts. He was a head coach at Stanford, and now the head coach of the 49ers. He's done an outstanding job wherever he's been.
Great admirer of the great Paul Brown.
Paul Brown's had a lot of influence on Bill Walsh's coaching.
Leon Perry and Rob Carpenter, the two running backs, two big backs. Carpenter takes her. Big step one side, comes up and is hit by Dan Buns. I don't think he got the first down.
I'll tell you, Dan Buns took a big step right into that line and met Rob Carpenter square and head on. That's the way you draw him up for a linebacker.
A Giant player is still down. He'll probably measure, and here come the sticks in to see if he did get the first down. It looks a little bit short.
I think that's J.T. Turner that's still down, Pat, the right guard of the Giants, and you're right, it is short.
And we'll see for the first time today, Dave Jennings. J.T. Turner still down. Jennings, the Giant punter, of course, one of the best. Didn't have to punt it all in the first half.
You know, at halftime, when the teams ran off the field, Jennings went out to check the field to see what the footing was like because, as you said, he wasn't on there for the entire first half.
Blessedly, the rain that was misting down earlier in the day has stopped, but it's really started to get cold at Candlestick, and the wind has picked up a little bit. It was 49 degrees when we came out here this morning, but it feels colder than that. J.T. Turner played in the World Football League, came to the Giants, and has done a good job. Back deep for the 49ers. Freddie Solomon, number 88, and Dwight Hicks, number 22. Jennings standing at about his 6. 49ers up by 14 points, 20-14. But a lot of time left. 13 minutes left, third quarter. And now, just as I say, it stopped raining. It started to rain again. Not one of Jennings' best efforts, but it hits on the ground and goes out of bounds. On the far side of the field at the 49er 35. No penalty markers on this punt. Everything is stopped. A 46-yard kick by Jennings. The roll got about 10 extra. 24-10 still.
Look out, world. Here comes a brand new world car from Ford with front-wheel drive, 4-wheel independent suspension. And now
you got more doors, something more than 4 doors. Another one behind, they call the hatchback.
Here comes a perfect high-mileage car for a family of 4. New Escort 4-door. Outselling every import car line in America.
Here comes new. Here comes now. Here comes Ford.
Sometimes I don't want my kids watching what's on TV, but they can still watch something great with our RCA video disc player and video disc. Just flip a switch and on...
There's a guy that's been outside a little too long.
Looks nice.
There's Ricky Patton. Double tight end lineup for the 49ers over the right side. Harry Carson made the stop. Here's the 49er possessions. That's in the first half. And you can see that they got a lot done with those possessions. It's the situation Bill Walsh was talking with us about yesterday, about why they had run the ball so much more this year than they did the last 2 years. Simply because they were ahead and they were looking at that clock a lot. Eating up as much as they could. There's Patton going in motion. Montana gets to Cooper. Cooper swings to the outside. Into Will Cooper. Rambles into Giant territory before he's tripped up by Mark Kane. Cooper, they say, is a good outside runner, and he's shown that today.
You see, he starts out here. They have motion going across the field. He starts out to the right like he's going to run inside. And that holds the defense. That'll hold the defense. See, he starts here. He starts like he's going to run inside right there. Now he'll bounce out to the left, find a hole between the tackle and the tight end.
First down, 49ers. Montana now will put it up in the air. If he has time, chased by Byron Hunt and picked off by the Giants at the 40. I believe it's Bill Courier. But let's wait and see. Giant interception caused by the heat. Montana let one go that he shouldn't have thrown. Courier comes up with the interception. That's the first turnover by San Francisco. And that could give a little morale boost.
Let's see, we'll see Montana start back here. Then he's going to be flushed out to this left side. You see, it's good coverage. He couldn't find anyone. There's Jeter. He has to throw. He throws going backwards, and Courier comes up with the ball.
That was Byron Hunt that came flying across from the other side. Here comes Mulledy in motion. Bruner would go right to work. So much for the running. Mulledy. I beg your pardon, Johnny Perkins. Perkins still on his feet. Perkins will score. Touchdown, Giants. Right back in it. A strike from Bruner of 59 yards.
I'll tell you, we see Scott Bruner there, and he may not have the greatest stats, Pat, but he can make big plays. He can make things happen. He can see, and he can really get a ball in there when there's not an awful lot of room. Now watch Johnny Perkins. He comes here. There's a zone. See the seam in there? Right between three defenders. Scott Bruner just zipped that ball in there, and Perkins came up with the play and the touchdown.
And that was Dwight Hicks, the 49er, who he stiff-armed right at the end. Johnny Perkins, who had been hurt his knee and his ankle on the same play. Didn't show any effects of it that time, and the Giants are right back in it. Joe Danello with Bruner holding makes it San Francisco 24, New York 17. And the complexion really turns around in a hurry. So much for the machine.
Tonight, the Martins are watching the whole world go up in flames.
Pat Summerall with John Madden at Candlestick Park. J.T. Turner has a pinched nerve in his neck, but he is expected to be back. Bruner strikes quickly.
You know, we talk about those turnovers, how those things kill you. Look how the Giants just scored. They got their first turnover, and boom, they hit that guy right there, Perkins, for a touchdown right after a turnover.
Danello to kick off. That one's going to be tough to handle. Amos Lawrence lets it go out of bounds, and Danello will have to kick again.
Let's look at this touchdown. We see the motion starts out here. This is Perkins here. He's going to come up and run a post pattern in here between the zone of the 49ers. Watch this. As the coverage comes out, it looks like, you know, I don't have him. You got him. See, there's no bump right there. He gets right between the coverage, and Bruner really made a perfect throw.
That's two perfect throws Bruner has made for the two long touchdowns. The first one to Gray and that one to Perkins. He really threaded it both times.
He looks happy, doesn't he?
Reason.
Huh?
One thing about the Giant wide receivers, all of them are pretty good size. Big and tall and fairly strong.
And I still think Ray Perkins wants another one. I'm sure we had talked before, and he said that he would like to draft some speed, a real breakaway player in the first round, maybe a wide receiver or running back.
And basically, Bill Walsh said the same thing.
That's right, wide receiver, running back, and offensive tackle.
Danello from the 30 this time, lines it. And it stays on the ground, they drop it. Finally, Amos Lawrence finds the handle, breaks out of the pack, and almost broke away from everybody. Byron Hunt.
Let's watch the touchdown again. We see Perkins. I think it was a zone defense. We see there Williamson coming by, maybe wanted to bump him, didn't bump him. Hicks coming by too late. Perkins gets a step on Hicks right there and runs right through his tackle.
49ers will take over after a 19-yard return by Amos Lawrence. First and 10 from the 36. At secondary, the defense of San Francisco meeting on the sideline. Montana on first down has a man open. It's Ricky Patton. Patton still on his feet, knocked backwards, and he is sandwiched. Hit by Terry Jackson. Jeter came out, and Patton really took a wallop in the back.
It was a play pass, and we'll see Terry Jackson there. He made a nice hit on Patton, but he didn't wrap his arm. See what happens when you tackle and don't get your arms right. See, play fake to the first back, hit Patton out here. Now watch Jackson come up. He'll make the hit there, but see, he didn't wrap his arms around him. Patton made a little spin, then he had to take it by 3 more tacklers.
That was Brian Kelly that popped him in the back and kept him down. There's Brian. He's been around a while and been through some frustrating years in New York. Right now it's 24-17 San Francisco. The injured Ricky Patton over on the sideline. He did get a first down before he got hurt. So it's first down 49ers at their own 46. Ring is the 49er back. He whirls into Giant territory, but a penalty marker goes down. It's probably holding against San Francisco.
That's the area that it comes from. That umpire right behind the defensive line usually has holding on the offense.
That's right. Clock shows 10:20 left, third quarter. We've got ourselves a football game at Candlestick. 24-17. 49ers over the Giants. 85 yards now. The 49ers have been penalized.
Watch Ben Bright there.
Offense number 56.
You notice how he talks? It's always like I caught you. He's holding offense number 56, and he points right at him.
Like it's really serious.
Poor guy Fred Quillen, he never gets his name announced until he gets caught holding.
It's first and 20, back at the 36 now. Montana, no play fake this time. Good protection. Montana looking for Solomon. And he cut it off a little soon. Montana went high over his head. Mark Haynes, the defender.
Mark Haynes had a lot to do with cutting that off. He had really good position underneath of Fred Solomon, and had Montana not thrown that ball high, Mark Haynes would have been in position to intercept it.
Sort of a gentle rain still falling. One thing the 49ers have done, and you've heard a lot, I'm sure, if you've followed pro football this year, about the great rookie linebacker of the Giants, Lawrence Taylor. Ricky Patton walking down. He is recorded today so far officially as having made 1 tackle. Here he comes on a blitz. Montana steps up. There's his second tackle.
Maybe that's what Lawrence Taylor needed, Pat, was you to say that he's only had 1 tackle, because he comes in now and not only makes the tackle, but it's a big sack. Now watch him coming from the outside here. They'll pull the left guard out on him, John Ayers, you see? Now, he's strong enough, Taylor is, to take on that block of a guard up above, pull him off, and still get to the quarterback.
You're not going to block him by keeping a back in on him.
No way.
Nobody's done it all year. You got to have a big guy. It's third and 23 at the 33. Taylor drops off this time. Montana sets up a screen pass in that direction. Taylor makes another tackle. Very nearly, Linville Elliott was the receiver. Harry Carson came over to make sure that he finished the job that Taylor started.
You know, years ago, that was the big thing that you do. After someone would make a sack, you would run a screen play right at him. And that's what they do. And we see Dan Audick, the left tackle, pulled out, got in front. Taylor took him on and still stopped the play.
The barefooted Jim Miller will punt. Leon Bright back deep for the Giants. Miller standing at his own 25. Still didn't catch it. Bright does catch it. Leon coming back to the outside. Bright gets away from one man, is taken down by Keena Turner.
That was a great effort by Keena Turner, because had he not made that tackle, Bright had that sideline out here.
Yeah, he would have gotten big yardage. Giants will take over, trailing by 7. 9:22 left in the third quarter. Score is San Francisco 24, the Giants 17. Giants have the ball at their own 29. They line up again with 2 tight ends and 1 lone running back, and that running back is Carpenter. They converge on him quickly. Carlton Williamson and Willie Harper. Nothing doing for Carpenter.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that the 49er defense is doing a good job of against Carpenter is staying on the line of scrimmage. They're not over pursuing and allowing any cutback lanes.
Carpenter got 2, so make it 2nd and 8 at the 31. Carpenter 13 carries, 52 yards. Once again, he is the lone setback, and Young comes in motion to the right. Still no Gary Shirk. Bruner. Young can't hang on. He had enough for the first. Carlton Williamson was the nearest defender. Lawrence Taylor over on the sideline.
Hey, that's about as good a throw in that situation as you can make. That's the second one that Young has dropped from Scott Bruner.
In comes Fred Dean and Lawrence Pillars for the 49ers defensive alignment, and they'll play a 4-man line. Dean shifts over to the right side. Giants operate from the spread formation with Perkins in motion. High snap, but Bruner's high too. And he throws. Ernest Gray has it. That'll be a first down. Gray still on his feet. Ernest Gray gets around the outside. Good block. Gray out of bounds at the 49ers 39. Johnny Perkins with that good block.
Perkins did make a good block. He was out in the pass pattern himself. After that, he sees Gray catch the ball, and he comes back and makes the big block that springs him. Now watch here. We see Carlton Williamson going out. He should have gotten a bump in there. He didn't. You see now Scott Bruner finds him. There's a missed tackle right there. Now watch Perkins make the block. It's going to come up right there. Boom. He picks him off and allows Ernest Gray to make another 10 or 12 yards.
As Lynn Thomas, he blocked, and notice that Perkins got his head in front. First down, Giants at the 49ers 39, and Bruner will work again. Steps up pocket. Ball goes down on the ground. Giants motioning, we got it. But they'll unstack. 49ers saying, we got it.
Well, it'll be interesting because whoever has it, now if the arm is going forward, it's an incomplete pass. If the arm is not going forward, then of course it's a fumble.
I want to see that again because I thought the arm did start forward.
The officials still haven't said which direction it's going.
They're saying Giants now.
That was Scott Bruner down there in the wrestling match with Lawrence Pillars.
Watch his arm.
That's it. Now he starts forward. He pumps. It's really hard to tell, but it looked like his arm was going forward. The Giants recover it, but that may not have been a fumble.
I think it was a forward pass.
I do too.
Nina Turner was in the battle, and he's the one who hit Bruner. It'll be second down and 11, no matter what we think. Here's Bruner this time with good protection. He has a receiver, Young, and that should be, with that last lunge, enough for a first down. Jack Reynolds was out there with him.
I tell you, Young caught that one. We said he'd dropped 2 on Bruner already, but he gets this one. We have him isolated here. He comes in motion across the backfield, waits for the ball to be snapped, and now he gets upfield. Turns and runs the hook and come back to it now. Come back. Keep it low. That's it. Good.
That's good technique. Potential target. He's 6'6", about 240. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. No. Now, Ben will go back and look up at us and tell us how much they need.
Yeah, they always do that.
(24-17). Ray Perkins pacing the sideline. 7 minutes, 35 seconds left. Would you think Carpenter?
I would think Carpenter. To the right side.
He got it. And he got the first down. Just by perhaps a foot, but he got it nevertheless, as Dan Bunds was the first man to hit him. 49ers do a lot of shuffling around, substituting both on offense and defense. Now they have Turner and Harper back in, the regular front three. will face the Giants 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 49er 29. 1st and 10 Giants. 49ers leading 24-17. Again, it's Perkins in motion this time. Bruner fakes the Carpenter punch. Looking for Gray. And overthrown. The ball hung a little bit. Eric Wright back there with him. Now that was an authentic pump, John.
That was what he was trying to do. You see, he pumped at the time Gray made an inside fake. It was a post corner. Let's see if we can see it again. We'll see Gray. Now watch him. He comes in here. He starts inside. That's when he pumped. And then he went back to the outside. And he really had good coverage there by number 21, Eric Wright.
So it'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a good time to go for it, though. 1st and 10. You're inside the 30. Go for it. Air it out. Get him the end zone.
Carpenter gets the rest. That's Leon Bright in motion quickly. Bright. Oh, Bruner had it. He had it. And Bruner's upset. He thinks somebody collided with his receiver. He had a couple of steps. And Leon Bright is complaining as well. Bruner is 10 out of 19 on the day.
You know, Ray Perkins told us last night that he has some plays that can get Leon Bright open. This is one of them. We see here they get him outside motion on a linebacker, man-to-man on Bobby Leopold, and Bruner just didn't make a good throw.
Red Dean back in the game. This time he's lined up on the left end of the line of scrimmage, defensively that is. And that's where he'll come from. 3 wide receivers. John Mistler, one of them. He caught a touchdown pass last week against Philadelphia. Bruner from the shotgun. He's going to have to hurry. He does. Mistler comes down with a spectacular catch. 1st down Giants. Carlton Williamson, the defender, but what a catch by Mistler.
That was a great catch. That was a one-handed catch. He caught that ball one-handed. You know, but they have good pass protection. Jeff Weston is doing a good job out there on Fred Dean. Again, the height, but watch that catch. He goes up with one hand, his right hand, and brings it down in.
What a catch by that rookie, John Mistler.
Kind of looks like Bruner. The two of them look alike.
It does. 1st down Giants at the 49er 11. Carpenter back in the game. They go with the 2 tight ends again. And the give is to Carpenter. And Robb is down to about the 6, perhaps the 5 before he's tripped up by Keena Turner. They can make a 1st down without scoring. They'll have to get inside the 1 to do it.
You know, that's the thing that the Giants like to do. They like to go 2 tight ends and then spread the defense out, hand the ball to Rob Carpenter, the only back in the backfield, and just let him pick a hole.
Ray Perkins said, I don't care if he has to carry it 40 times. We've got a week to rest. Just over 5 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Carpenter hit at the line of scrimmage, struggles down to about the 4. It'll be 3rd down. Archie Reese on the bottom of the pile. Bruner, you saw, hold up 4 fingers for Perkins.
Yeah, Scott Bruner was given a signal to the sideline of 4. I don't know if he wants some wide receivers in there so that he can go a shotgun. You know, we've seen him do that before. Last week he did that in Philadelphia, but it doesn't look like whatever he wanted, he's not getting.
I think Johnny was telling Perkins that that's where the ball is.
That's right. It is on the 4-yard line.
At the 4. Hacksaw Reynolds comes out. It's 3rd down. Maybe 3 for a 1st, 4 for a touch. Bruner's going to throw it. Rising. Incomplete. He threw it a little too hard. Eric Wright wrapped around Ernest Gray.
I'll tell you, I think with 3rd and 4, Pat, he had to throw it. That's really a long yardage situation. They probably wouldn't have gotten in running. And we'll see what happens. We see Ernest Gray comes in motion. He's going to start upfield, then run inside of Johnny Perkins. And the ball was thrown pretty well, but it looked like Eric Wright may have gotten his right hand in there.
Yeah, it's a very hard shot, too. Bruner really cut it loose.
Well, you don't want to leave it in the air down there very long.
Bruner will hold. Danilo will try from 21 yards out. And Danilo puts the left upright, no good.
a bullet that time.
Did they ever?
I'll tell you, now watch this. Again, he's kicking from the right hash mark. He has to bring it over a little. Again, he overcompensates and brings it over too far.
And so San Francisco will take over at their own 20. It's been a rough 3 weeks for the Giant kicker, Joe Danello. He was just in a discussion over there a minute ago with his holder, Scott Brunner. 4:12 left in the third quarter. Here's Montana giving to Bill Ring. Ring stays on his feet, fights for yardage, gets to about the 24, perhaps the 25. Byron Hunt made the tackle.
As we watch Bill Ring there, number 30, Bill Walsh was telling us yesterday, I said, will you play Ring much? And he says, yeah, in the second half. What he likes to do is get the defense, wear him down a little, and then put in Ring with his quickness.
Right now he comes to the sideline along with Clark and Ricky Patton, who was hurt a little bit earlier. Two tight ends for the 49ers. Take to Patton. Montana looking for somebody, throwing. Has a man. Eason Ramson, the backup tight end, will have a Niner first down. Harry Carson made the stop.
Eason Ramson was injured in the first preseason game this year of the 49ers. At that time, they thought that he was going to be their starting tight end.
Good day for Montana.
That'd be a good day if the game were to end right now, huh? 302 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Why Tittle has the all-time 49er record with 371. Montana, good day. Practice for more. On a blitz is Lawrence Taylor, and Taylor takes down Montana after he got a couple.
You know, we use that term great athlete or great athletic move, but that was one right there by Lawrence Taylor. We can watch it again. He'll come from the outside, the right side of the screen. John Ayers has him blocked pretty well. Now, Montana starts to scramble. Now, watch him lay out there that great effort to come up and catch Montana from behind. Boom. What a play.
He got two and make it 2nd and 8. It was a great play. There's the 38-yard line. Their own 49ers. Hand off Cooper. He is picked up at the line of scrimmage by another outstanding rookie, Bill Neal, the nose tackle for the Giants.
One thing about that 3-man line, if you're going to run against it, you have to block the nose tackle. In all the games that we've seen this year, Pat, I don't think we've ever seen anyone knock Bill Neal backwards, have we?
He has done well against every center just about he has faced. Montana with his career best. Now the Giants go with a 4-man rush. Phil Taylor, the extra one. Montana throws out of bounds. That one was aimed for us, Gunn.
I didn't even see it.
He threw it right in the direction of the 49er bench as Gary Jeter put the heat on him. And Miller will have to kick again. 1:32 left, third quarter. Test will face the Dallas Cowboys. If it's San Francisco, it'll be here next week. If the Giants win, they'll go to Texas Stadium. And then on January the 24th, the Super Bowl. From Pontiac, Michigan, number 16. Miller hasn't had a good day for him. He's helped himself right here. Leon Bright goes all the way back to the 12-yard line. Penalty markers down, and the Giants will start. Bright got out to about the 16, but they'll start way back. Bobby Leopold on the tackle. 49 yards punt by Miller.
As you said, he hadn't had a great day, but he sure got one off when they needed it, because that put the Giants way back. And then you add the 10-yard penalty, they're going to be coming out inside the 10-yard line.
If we can pick out after Ben Bright lets us know where we'll start things, we'll try to see if we can find where the penalty took place.
I think it was on Terry Jackson. He was over there complaining about it.
Terry will let you know how you feel.
That's right. He sure will. He said he didn't want you to mention Freddie
Illegal
Solomon.
block in the back above the waist. Number 36 on the receiving team at the first down.
Watch this. It's going to be a... You see him right here. See Haynes blocks there from behind, and then Jackson blocked him legally. I think it was on Mark Haynes, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. At any rate, the Giants will start 1st and 10 at their own 9. Scott Bruner, the quarterback. That's Perkins jogging in motion. Hand off to Carpenter. No place to go. The 49ers swarm on him at about the 10. Lawrence Pillars, the ex-New York Jet, is the first man to hit him.
Field position is so important. It's just a great punt, and then you add a 10-yard penalty to it, can really change things around after a missed field goal.
Clock is running now with 50 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Score is San Francisco 24, the Giants 17. Mullity, the tight end on the right side. Leon Perry in there with block positive. Again, Perkins in motion. Bruner. Lawrence Pillars again on the bottom of the file. Leon Perry, the ball carrier, nothing. Maybe a yard.
I'll tell you, and Ronnie Lott was right up there on the line of scrimmage. The 49ers have really been ganging up on the run the last 2 plays.
Giants not taking any chances down this deep in their own territory and trailing by just that 1 touchdown. 49ers, however, expecting pass this play. Getting the gun ready. Giants probably will not have it. No, they will, as the gun takes care of the third quarter. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, the San Francisco 49ers 24, the Giants 17. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter after this word from your local station. At Candlestick Park in San Francisco, Pat Summerall with John Madden. Dave Jennings, the Giant punter, over on the sideline. Scott Bruner, however, right now is back in shotgun formation. This time he gets the good snap. And the protection's not bad. Pass is complete. They get a little breathing room. Not enough for a first down as Perkins made the reception out to about the 15-yard line. Taken down by Ronnie Lott. And here comes Jennings on the field. He needs a good punt.
This will be a big punt for Jennings here. As we see Perkins working against Ronnie Lott. Did a good job of getting open, but of course it wasn't enough for the first down. And the Giants need a big, big punt here.
Freddie Solomon and Dwight Hicks back deep for the Niners. Good snap. 49ers do not try to rush, and Jennings really doesn't catch it. That's Solomon. He gets to the outside and finds some running room. Freddie Solomon still on his feet. Solomon whipped down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line before Byron Hunt made the stop.
Watch this. It's a 42-yard punt, which is okay, but it's a 22-yard return, which, of course, for the Giants is not. Haynes was down there. Freddie made a nice job. Gets to the outside. Now, look at the way the blockers now, instead of trying to block someone, they jump out of the way so they don't make that illegal block from behind above the waist.
For those of you tuning in to see 60 Minutes, it will be seen in its entirety following today's football coverage, except on the West Coast, where you'll see that it's regular time. Montana goes right to work, or tries to set up something down the middle. Charlie Young, the intended receiver, and here comes the penalty flag.
The receiver that was right on it, the official that was right on it said that it was okay, and the official behind him threw the flag. Ooh.
Against the Giants, it'll be a first down. Solomon trots onto the field. Here's the play again.
So we see him coming across here. We'll see it right there. He jumped in. He had his left hand
at the first down.
But I think he had his right hand on his back.
Courier did a good job with his left, but he hung on with his right. In the eyes of the official, at least, and it looked like a good call. First and 10. Bill Rings in the backfield, 33-yard line of the Giants. Montana fakes the ring. outside to Ring. Outside with him quickly is Brian Kelly for about a 3-yard loss.
All the talk about the Giants linebackers, probably Brian Kelly is the one that people talk about least, but he's the heady player in there. You know, he never gets fooled. He calls the defenses. He's always in the right place and a very sound player.
Ray Perkins, in fact, said to us a couple of weeks ago, if he judged athletes strictly by ability, Brian Kelly probably wouldn't be playing. But if he judged him by heart, that's why he is playing. On second down, the give is to Ring. And a penalty marker down again. Harry Carson made a stop on Ring. Speaking of players with heart, they say the same thing about Ring that they say about Brian Kelly.
Let's watch Kelly there. We see John Ayers pull through and get him. Carson comes across, and there was a penalty against the 49ers.
Ben Dreif has had a busy day. Trying to find where he wants to start. 49ers penalized 8 times, 95 yards. The Giants 6 times, 41 yards.
Offense, number 86.
Holding against Charlie Young, the tight end. Clock stopped with 13 minutes, 11 seconds left to play. San Francisco 24, New York 17. Ricky Patton, the information is, will not return for San Francisco. He has a sprained knee. That's Mike Wilson, who steps up on the right side and goes back to the left in motion. Montana goes to work. Montana has some time. He gets Wilson right there quickly. Van Pelt and a couple of other Giants quickly. Brian Kelly, one of the others. Another penalty flag is down against the Giants this time, and they're really upset about that.
I think that one may have been against Gary Jeter. It looked like something had happened, Pat, after the ball was thrown in the backfield.
And they mark it off. This is a dandy. 15 yards, this one.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on a defense, number 70. That's a first down.
Against Gary Jeter, you're indeed right.
It was against Gary Jeter, and it was after the ball was thrown. It looked like he kept his rust going, and of course that's the thing that Ray Perkins is saying now. We can't have that type of thing.
Linville Elliott into the game for the 49ers. They have a first down 10 at the Giant 26, leading by 7. Reverse coming to Solomon. Solomon cuts up the middle of the field, and Solomon gets down to about the 14. Mark Haynes made the tackle. That's a reverse they had faked earlier today. This time they ran it.
What a day Freddie Solomon has had. We saw he caught that big up there for a touchdown. We saw the punt return that made this drive possible, and now he comes up with a run on a reverse to get the 49ers a first down.
12-yard pickup on the reverse. He almost dropped the ball on the exchange, but hung on. Ring and Johnny Davis now will be the 2 runners. 49ers barking at the door again. Hand off Ring. He's got some room. Gets away from Taylor. Ring still on his feet to about the 12. Terry Jackson finally cut him down.
That was the thing that Bill Walsh said yesterday. He said you may not see Ring much in the first half, but I guarantee you will in the second half. Now watch Lawrence Taylor gets him. He just stretches out. He runs through Lawrence Taylor's tackle and is able to pick up another 4 yards.
Gave Taylor a little bit of a stiff arm and kept him away from his body. And Ring picked up 7. They'll make it 2nd and 3 at the 7. Montana brings him up. Johnny Davis, and he barrels down to about the 3. Brian Kelly on the bottom of the stack. But the acquisition from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers excels in short yardage. Big Johnny Davis.
He the running back that they bring in for the goal line situation. 6'1", 235 pounds. That's why they made that trade for Johnny Davis for goal line offense.
He stays along with Ring behind Montana. They got a first down. Davis did. It's first and goal from the 3. Solomon in motion. Ring scores for San Francisco.
They start motion as Solomon back to one side, pull the guard Randy Cross, lead with the back Johnny Davis, and Ring gets in for the touchdown.
Good block by Cross, who's headed for the Pro Bowl. He's had a good year too.
I said he got one, Johnny Davis got the other. Bill Ring scores.
And Wershing makes the score. San Francisco 31. New York 17. We have 10 and a half minutes left to play in this contest to see who plays Dallas.
This is going to lead. Bill Ring will come across, follow Davis right into the end zone. Let's watch it. Cross pulls out. He'll take the outside man. Davis goes inside, follows Ring into the end zone. Ring follows him into the end zone.
On that kickoff return, Leon Bright is still down. A problem, as you can see, with his left leg. Leon, who's, again, one of the tougher players around, from Florida State, played some time in Canada, his first year with the Giants. 10:27 left to play. 49ers up 31-17.
Here's how Texaco reads.
Leon Bright still down, injured on that kickoff return a minute ago. He's hit by Ronnie Lott. Here it is, Lott's 42.
We'll see it. Lott comes in here. He's down there on the coverage. Now watch the hit right there, right across his body. And Leon Bright injured his knee.
Leon still lying on his back. Still being attended to at the moment. Situation this. There is the man of whom we've spoken so often today. With all the electric equipment, Bill Walsh. In his 3rd year as the 49ers head coach and general manager.
He's all wired up, isn't he? What a job.
We started to say a minute ago, well, I guess we'll have to wait a minute again. Next Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys against one of these two. If they quit right now, it would be at Candlestick Park. Young motion. Ball goes up in the air. Gordon King comes down with it. And a penalty marker comes down from both sides of the field. Flags come flying.
This is a real tough situation for the Giants now. They're in a position that they have to pass, and the 49ers can really put pressure when they're in that situation.
Bill Walsh has a list of plays that he writes out. I think he said there was something like 25
pass. Number 72 caught the ball. An eligible man. That's a loss of a down.
Loss of a down because Gordon King came down with the ball. He has a list of plays you could see that he wants to run during the course of a game. They don't necessarily have to run them in the first time they get the ball. It depends on the situation. But one way or another, he wants to get them used.
You know what he says, and I know what he was talking about, that so many times during the week you have all these great ideas of things that you can do. Then you get in the game and the excitement of the game, you forget to play. So he has them all written down there so that he won't forget what he wants to do.
2nd and 10 Giants. Their own 30. Scott Gunner's been a quarterback all day. Carpenter comes out of the backfield. Gunner looks in his direction. Now throws. Pass almost picked off by Keena Turner.
That was almost a great interception by Turner there. And if you had made that one, you'd be a tight end next year.
Again, John, a penalty marker is down. They've had a busy day.
That looks like it's in the area of holding against the Giants. In fact, they're talking to the 49ers. I would imagine it probably is holding.
I think you're right again. I think you're right again. There goes Ben Drive again.
Holding offense number 73.
Against Jeff Weston.
Well, he's really done a good job, though. I mean, he's had on this one, he's playing against Lawrence Pillars, number 65 on the left of the screen, but he's done a good job of holding everyone out there. Now that was, that wasn't holding. It looked like he tried to trip him, but he didn't hold him.
Right. There goes Johnny Perkins in motion. Winner from the shotgun. Rush almost got there. It's intended for Ernest Gray. Almost came down with it. Eric Wright back there with him. Gray almost made a sensational catch.
Bruner had a lot of pressure on this play, and he made a great throw to get that ball up there. He had to get it over Eric Wright, and he did. It was just a little too far for Ernest Gray.
It'll be 3rd and 20 now for the Giants. Back up at their own 20-yard line. Eric Wright, the defender. Here's Leon Bright. Saw him get hurt a minute ago on that kickoff return, but he's up and jogging at least. So he's expected to be back. It's amazing. 49ers showing blitz. Winner throws from Missler. Throws behind him. Incomplete. And we'll have to see Jennings again. Lynn Thomas was the defender. Ronnie Lott also back there in the area. Jennings comes on again. Here comes Thomas out of the game.
Listen to that crowd now, Pat. They're yelling for the defense, but the other thing is they're smelling victory right now with 9 minutes, 58 seconds, 31-17 to score. They know it's right there.
Solomon. Dwight Hicks back deep for San Francisco, and number 13 is Dave Jennings. Doesn't quite catch this one either. Solomon lets it bounce, and it still bounces. Mike Dennis down there watching it. Number 46, Dennis downs it. No penalty markers this time. A 51-yard punt by Jennings, helped out again by that favorable bounce. 31-17. That much time left.
Atari would like to thank you for taking us into your homes. We wish you all a happy holiday.
The word is on the street. The boss is back. It's Mustang GT with a 5-liter high-output engine, performance suspension, and options like a T-roof and Recaro seats. So whether your street is Sunset or Woodward Avenue or Route 66 through Amarillo, the word is out. It's Mustang GT. The boss is back.
Monday on House Calls, Peckler picks a new assistant, but will Charlie be the winner when his old flame turns out to be the pick of the litter?
Maybe this is his idea of germ warfare.
Monday.
Pat Summerall with John Madden. Candlestick Park, San Francisco. 9:46 left to play. San Francisco has the ball. They lead 31-17. Earl Cooper and Bill Ring, the runners. Hit by Harry Carson after he picked up about 4. 49er fans and the Giant bench. Not too many folks yelling for them here.
Not really, but what a job they've done this year.
Haven't they? Wound up with a record of 9-7. 3 weeks. They have faced Dallas, Philadelphia, and now San Francisco. Second down. Cooper. Big Earl gets outside the 35 to about the 36. Brad Van Pelt tripped him up. Brian Kelly helped. Earlier today in Cincinnati, in the event you might have missed that, the Bengals beat Buffalo 28-21, and they'll play San Diego.
This is a good opportunity to congratulate all the teams, the San Diego Chargers, Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys, for being in the championship game.
That's the truth. In a long haul.
This is what it's all about.
Right. Mike Wilson stood out wide to the right. Here comes Ring around the corner. Penalty markers down. Ring still on his feet. He could go all the way, but they'll bring it back. Ring finally down by Terry Jackson on the other side of the field, but a penalty marker down.
And Ring knows it right now, doesn't he?
But you got to do what he did. Keep chugging.
That's right. It could be against the other guys, but it's not. Lawrence Taylor was limping there. It looks like he could have slipped and maybe injured a groin or an ankle on that play.
He's way on the other side of the field. He was part of the chase, and he wants to come out. And Byron Hunt comes in for him. Van Pelt will stay on the other side. Lawrence Taylor, what a great rookie year.
These rookies, they not only do a job on
Personal
defense.
foul, illegal trackback on number 85 of the offense.
Against Wilson, who was split wide to this side. Here's Taylor on the other sideline being attended to. His place has been taken by Byron Hunt. 8:10 left to play. Clock is stopped. See what happened to Lawrence.
See, I bet you he just twisted his ankle or something on a cutback. You know, it may have happened even before that. Oh, no, it was right there at the end. It looks like his foot just got caught in the turf.
That's right. Third down, 49ers now, and Montana will put it up. Here's chased by Van Pelt, gets away. Throws it in the direction of Clark. Didn't really care if it was completed or not. Another Giant player is down back inside the 10-yard line. It's Brad Van Pelt.
I would imagine that could be the same injury. You know, he injured that groin the last time playing on this field against the 49ers. And he may have just re-injured that.
Tore some scar tissue initially.
Let's see if we can see it. When he makes that change of direction, it was either there or his shoulder when he fell to the ground.
Remember, early in the year, he had a hyperextended elbow, and I think maybe that's what it is. Bright is back. He's back deep for the Giants as Miller will stand and punt from his own 6-yard line. 8:03 left to play. 31-17 in favor of San Francisco. Giants coming on a rush this time. Miller booms it away from Bright. And something happened to him, and Bright goes down. It looked like his knee might have popped out of place or something.
I think it's his knee, Pat. That also could be a hamstring. And the way that he's grabbing right there in that right leg, that's the bottom of the hamstring, the insertion of the hamstring. And I bet that's what it was. Watch, he starts to run, and then there as he turns, that whole leg just tightened up on him.
It's either a hamstring or a cramp. And Leon is down again. So 7:54 left. A 52-yard punt by Miller. 31-17 49ers.
And he felt that he was hit before the ball got there. Now let's watch it. There's number 21. Eric Wright is on him. The ball's in the air. Now that looked like it was okay. Yeah, that was a great coverage by Eric Wright.
That's about the only way you can do it without flags being thrown. Working on Leon Bright again over on the Giant sideline. Brunner has Carpenter as his lone second. 49ers have their pass rush unit in. Brett Dean for Mullity. Dean had gotten inside of Jeff Weston. Tina Turner on the coverage. It'll be 3rd and 10 Giants.
In the last 2 possessions, the Giants have went 1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt.
They send in Lucius Jackson it is, and Leon Bright. Raining just a bit, some of the water dripping off.
I think those were the same horses that we saw in Philadelphia last week. They just ship them around to the stadium.
They're very good at crowd control. Bruner throwing deep. Nobody home. John Missler, perhaps the intended receiver, but high over his head. And again, Jennings will have to come on and kick. 7:39 left to play in the game. Again, the crowd stands for the defense. Really starting to rain now. Dave Jennings. Fred Solomon back deep. Doesn't catch this one. They'll have to let it bounce, however. Solomon runs away from it. Down by Mike Dennis. 49ers will take over at their own 34. A 37-yard punt by Jennings. Next Sunday, don't forget the NFC Championship Game. The Dallas Cowboys, who won yesterday against Tampa, against either San Francisco or the New York Giants. And then 2 weeks after that, the big climax from the Silverdome in Pontiac. Super Bowl 16. Who do you think's going to be there, John?
I don't know. We talk about these playoffs being what it's all about. That Super Bowl is really what it's all about. And you want me to make a pick?
If you want to.
How about Dallas and San Diego?
That'd be a heck of a Super Bowl. That's Walt easily over the left side. Actually, when you get down here, any pairing would be a heck of a Super Bowl.
That's right. And we start talking about Dallas, maybe not too soon, because this 49er club has really been impressive today.
Haven't they? They've got a lot of weapons.
And Cincinnati, they know how to move the ball.
Kenny Anderson having such a great year. They beat Buffalo earlier today. And then spectacular game yesterday, San Diego and Miami.
Well, San Diego really hung in there. That was some dogfight. Bad day for kickers now.
Oh, man. It's been a bad 3 weeks to kickers. Van Pelt on ring. And it'll be 3rd down San Francisco. This is the Walt's theory here. Let us get ahead, and we'll run. Whether we get 2 yards, 4 yards, whatever, we'll get something off that clock.
And that's why this year they've run 52% and passed 48%. Bill says because we're winning some games. He said at the end we can just run to run out the clock. He said last year and the year before we were always behind and we'd have to pass right up until the final gun.
I think the most amazing stat about San Francisco was last year they gave up 415 points. This year they gave up 250 in the regular season.
What a year can do and what a draft can do.
Easily, and he'll have the first down outside the 45, and that's a big one. Let's see if we can watch this play again. We'll see Harry Carson there is going to be the man that trips up easily, but it's too late after the first down. It's a little draw play, a delay. Carson plays off his block and comes in and makes the play. That's easily again to the outside, hit by Gary Jeter. Lawrence Taylor got kicked in the shins is what his problem was. He is back in the game now. You know, Walt Easley, who has just run the ball the last 2 times, is a cousin of Kenny Easley, who was a #1 draft choice in the safety of the Seattle Seahawks. '49er offense finished 13th in the NFL. The Giants were 3rd in defense. Tribute to the 49ers is that they put up 31 points. They moved the ball pretty well. Bill Rear by Harry Carson and Brad Van Pelt. So it'll be 3rd down and long. They unstack at about the 46-yard line.
I think you were right. They're still working over there on Leon Bright, and it looks like it was a cramp, and they're trying to loosen it up and stretch it.
Giants called a timeout. So that'll mean they'll have 2 left. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Francisco 49ers and the National Football League is prohibited. Joe Montana can't do much better than he's done this year or this day.
Yeah, you know, just a year ago at the beginning of the season, Steve DeBerg was the starting quarterback for this team. And, of course, Bill Walsh had a lot of confidence in Joe Montana, and he traded Steve DeBerg this year.
He has a lot of confidence in Montana's backup also.
Wait, what's that Montana's wearing underneath his jersey? That's not his arm. It looked like he had some kind of covering.
Backup is Guy Benjamin, who played for Walsh in college.
Those aren't his arms hanging out of that jersey, are they?
If they are, he's in trouble. Some kind of undershirt. This is Clark on the reverse. And Clark gets very nearly the first down. About a yard shy, it appeared. But they keep that clock running. And the Giants are down to 2 timeouts.
We saw number 51, Randy Cross, pull out and lead that play. You know, he may be one of the best pulling guards in this league. Of course, he's in the Pro Bowl.
There's another timeout called by the Giants, and they now have only 1 left.
Well, the Giants know they have to use their timeouts now and early because they need 2 scores. They have to think in terms of 2 scores. They can't wait and just have time for 1 score.
So you might as well use them now. Clock is stopped with 4:21. Rain gets a little bit harder. Word on Leon Bright is that he has a Charlie horse. He may be back.
Well, again, Ray Perkins knows that 1 more score won't do them any good, and they need 2, so they need as much time to get it as they can. So he used up his timeouts. They'll get another timeout now, change of possession, and have 4 minutes to get 2 scores.
They had a chance earlier when the score was 24-17. They were down in scoring range. They had it down at the 4-yard line and couldn't get in, and then missed the field goal. A cold, muddy foot, I'm sure. Harry Jackson is back to return the punt this time as Bright is injured. Jackson standing at the 10. Oh, they almost blocked it. Jackson lets it bounce, and it catches out of bounds inside the 10. Big rush by Flowers. And Mike Dennis came very near to blocking that 37-yard punt off the foot of Miller.
Well, the Giants did what they had to do. They had 10 men up in the line of scrimmage. They had to go for the block. But this man right there, Jim Miller, he did what he had to do to get the kick off.
And he got it off quickly and safely. 1 shoe off and 1 shoe on.
Watch this. He gets some pressure. It's a little bad snap. It was low. He gets some pressure from the right, but it was too late.
That's Mike Dennis that got close to it. And the Giants have a long way to go. 1st and 10 from their own 9. Missler in the game along with Ernest Gray and Johnny Perkins. Bruner, a high snap. He brings it down one-handed. Almost, and here's a safety, I'm sure. No, they say at the 1-inch line. Not a safety. Willie Harper was the blitzing Niner.
This is the same rule on the safety as it is for a touchdown. Did he break the plane of the goal line or not when contact was made? They're celebrating like they scored, but they didn't score. What? Oh, high snap. Makes a nice catch. Going up in the air. Now watch this. Does he get out of the end zone or not? Oh. Couldn't see the goal line, but I don't think he did. That's the same rule as a touchdown. He's back up there. That should have been a safety.
Here's Bruner out of his own end zone. He gets it out to Mike Freeby, I believe. No, this is Johnny Perkins. And Perkins gets out to the 5. The Giant players down in the end zone. Craig Buki and Jack Reynolds made the stop on Perkins. Here comes the medical corps again.
I think that's Jeff Weston, the left tackle, who's done such a fine job all day today.
Place will be taken by Brad Benson, who has checked into the game already. Benson's job at the beginning of the year, Weston came on and did such a good job he couldn't get it back. Remind you again about the situation with 60 Minutes. Those of you tuning in to see it, 60 Minutes, it will be seen in its entirety following today's football coverage, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regular time. You can see the rain pounding down now. There goes Weston. Brad Benson has taken his place. And the 49ers now can just tee off.
Will tee off, and I'm sure that Tom Landry and his staff and the Dallas Cowboys are watching this game, and from now on they'll start turning their attention to the San Francisco 49ers.
And you'll recall in the regular season that the 49ers just annihilated the Cowboys by a score of 45-14.
That game was right here on this field.
Here's Bruner again from the end zone. The pass is picked off by Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott to the right side. He'll score. Touchdown, Lott. Fred Dean, the key block that sprung Ronnie Lott into the end zone.
And Ronnie Lott, he said he didn't want to keep that ball. He said the fans can have that one, and he threw it into the stand. Boy, this place is going wild.
A spectacular rookie year for that number 42, the 49ers first-round draft choice from USC, Ronnie Lott.
John Robinson, the coach at USC, told me that he may be one of the best players that he ever coached.
Wershing with Montana holding. Good. It's 38-17 San Francisco.
He really gets a jump on this one. We'll see it out here. We'll see John Missler, the wide receiver. He's starting. Now he comes to the inside. Lott had him inside out. He was waiting right there for the ball. Watch this little burst here. He looks like one of those great running backs, like a Walter Payton or a Tony Dorsett.
Ronnie Lott.
See, we'll watch it again here. See, Missler's going to be here. He's going to come in here. We'll see Lott is right in this position. He'll drop back and wait for the ball right there. Let's watch it. See, Lott's playing the inside man. Stays in his zone. Just drops back between the quarterback and Missler.
The 49ers go with their 5 defensive backs. Lott plays what they call the lurk position. He was lurking in the right place.
He lurks. Yeah, you just back up a little. Keep your toes pointed straight ahead, shoulders square, knees bent, and lurk.
And if you lurk in the right place, you come up with an interception. And the Giant linebacker is Mike Whittington. One of the linemen, I should say, is the man who returned. Or was it Joe McLaughlin? In any case, the Giants had it in a little bit better shape this time. Wonder how long that line is outside Candlestick Park buying tickets or trying to buy tickets for next week's game.
Well, we know when they started. We were here yesterday, what time? 3 o'clock, and they started lining up yesterday at 3 o'clock to buy tickets for next week's Dallas game.
Equipped with sleeping bags. Here's Bruner quickly throwing. Diving attempt by Missler, incomplete. Gary Jeter
And that's going to be a penalty, Pat. I think it's against the 49ers. I think Lawrence Pillar hit Scott Bruner after he threw the ball.
That's correct. Now, Scary Jeter you just saw over on the Giant bench. Here's the mark-off. Takes him into 49er territory.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 65 on the defense. That's a first down.
San Francisco's been penalized 10 times for 125 yards today.
You know, these fans have forgotten about this game, Pat. They're starting to chant, "We want Dallas." Look at them.
Imagine they'll show up. That's Perkins, pass complete from Bruner to the 40 of San Francisco. Ronnie Lott, the defender. Some of the fans starting to depart. It has turned in now to being just a miserable day with the rain falling, and it's getting colder and colder. Clock running, 2 minutes and a half left to play. The Giants are down to one timeout. Bruner throws and throws it away. Intended for Lucius Jackson. Lewis Jackson, I'm sorry.
He's from Cal Poly, right. And Louis Obispo, Lewis Jackson. Look, I think Scott Bruner has really done an outstanding job for this team, and Ray Perkins is going to have a tough decision next year as to who that starting quarterback will be.
Perkins goes out wide to the right with Whistler. And again, Bruner will operate from the shotgun. Jackson, one of the backs. The other's Carpenter. Pass intended for Carpenter. Right through his hands. Ball getting hard to handle now. Willie Harper, the defender. Over on that Giant bench. Unhappiness and a lot of dejected faces today. Not so on San Francisco's side. But it's been a good year for Ray Perkins and the Giants, no matter what happens. And it has happened, I'm afraid.
It has happened, but as you said, it's been a good year. They've made some great strides. Of course, being in the playoffs is one, but they've beaten the Eagles. They beat them twice. They've beaten the Dallas Cowboys in their division. And they're moving in the right direction.
Bruner fires incomplete. No, finally it is complete to Perkins, and he gets up and out of bounds. I don't know how he caught it, and I don't know how Bruner got rid of it.
I don't know how he threw that one. If you're going to go down, you may as well go down swinging, huh?
Might as well. Leopold was the rusher who almost got to Bruner. Pillars comes out. Bruner is 15 out of 34. 272 yards. That's the punter, Jim Miller, waving to Mon. Bruner operating from the 27-yard line. And again he throws. He will. Intended for Jackson, incomplete. Carlton Williamson right back there within stride, 4 strides. Many of the 49er faithful still in the stands. Bill Walsh, speaking of 49er faithful. His career record's getting better and better and going to get better.
He has the headset off now, Pat. His work has been done for what he had to do, and he's just talking about running out the clock there with Joe Montana, or maybe he's talking about next week in the Cowboys.
Quickly and offside to Fred Dean. He left a little too quick that time. Johnny Perkins again the intended receiver. Dean jumped. Interception no good. That's Ronnie Lott down on the ground.
As we see Bill Walsh there, you know that this year he used his first 5 draft choices for defense, and he said, we got by this year, but we need some more offense, and that's what we'll draft next year. And maybe we're only 1 draft away from being a great team.
There again are those draft choices that John Madden was just talking about. Lott, Hardy, who's a backup nose tackle. Wright, Williamson, and the rest. Bruner has some time this time and fires. Mulledy had it and dropped it. Juggled it and lost it. with him again. 2-minute warning. 49ers in good shape, leading now 38-17, 2 minutes to go. And the last second. 60 minutes, don't forget. Stay tuned for it. It'll be on in its entirety right after football, except here on the West Coast, where you'll see it at its regular time. New Montana. Lawrence Taylor. Any rookies ever had a better year? It hasn't happened since I've been around.
He has been a superstar. This won't be his last game this year, because he'll be in Hawaii and playing the hula ball. Let's go Montana.
Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
Maybe they'll hula while they're there. Perkins, touchdown. Bruner lays it in there. A minute 50 left to play. Lynn Thomas was the defender. Good throw from Bruner. And Johnny Perkins has his second of the day.
We'll see this again. Johnny Perkins starts in motion from the right side over to the left. Starts inside. He's running a corner move right out here. He gets a step. And then a great throw by Scott Bruner right over his outside shoulder.
Super throw.
Did I say hula ball?
Yeah.
Well, Hawaii hula.
Yeah, I understand. Bruner will hold, and Danilo will try this extra point. And hits it right up the middle. That makes it 38. San Francisco. The Giants 24. There again is dejected Lawrence Taylor. Johnny Perkins has had a good day. 7 catches, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Let's see if we can watch that play again and see exactly what happened on the touchdown. Here it is here. Perkins is going to come across the field in motion. And then he's right now, he's behind the quarterback. He'll keep out here going in motion, come up. He'll be man-to-man on Lynn Thomas, make a little move to the inside, and go to the outside to the corner of the end zone. Bruner will come back and throw it, lead him over Thomas, and right over his inside shoulder. Motion, inside, now back out. Look at that perfect throw.
Come back for perhaps the onside kickoff by Danilo. I've said before, one of the advantages soccer-style kickers have is they can onside it with either foot. This one goes to the right, picked up by guess who? Ronnie Lott fields it like a shortstop. Super athlete. This broadcast today, the senior producer, Charles Milton III, who was on the scene, produced by Terry O'Neill, directed by Sandy Grossman, and the associate producer, Joan Vitrano, associate directors, Michael Burks and Bob Dunphy, and all the rest of the people. Imagine what a crew it takes to put on a game like this. Can't imagine one ever being any better than the ones we had. And off to Easley. He gets out to about the 50-yard line. Giants have one more timeout left, and they'll probably take it right now. Indeed. No timeouts left. 49ers comfortably leading 38-24. Next Sunday, don't forget, the NFL Today begins it at 4:30 Eastern Time, and then it's the NFC Championship Game between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. And that magic number 38 popped up again.
And then the real big one.
We'll be there getting ready for that for a long time. January 24th on CBS. The Super Bowl today, and then Super Bowl 16. You've got some fond memories about that event, don't you?
I'll tell you, it's the greatest thing. It's the epitome of what we all participate in the game for.
And again, another reminder that 60 Minutes follows football, except here on the West Coast where you'll see it at its regular times. Here you'll see it in its entirety. Again, it's Easley. offense stops and led by Joe McLaughlin and Frank Marion.
Sure, the 49ers will just wait, take their full 30 seconds now, and they'll run third. They'll probably go on fourth down also.
Lawrence Taylor getting a well-deserved rest over on the sideline. 49ers seemingly taking everything pretty much in stride. Not trying to drink the champagne yet. Third down, Niners, right at midfield. Here is Bill Ring. Tries to break a tackle by Frank Marion. Doesn't succeed. 49ers still have the ball, and they'll punt it.
Hey, there's some happy people in the booth next to us, Pat. The owners of the San Francisco 49ers, Eddie DiBartolo and his father, Ed Sr. They're very happy, and they should be very proud. You know, the job that they've done, and one in hiring Bill Walsh and giving him everything that he needed to build this team. There it is right there. Eddie D.
Hats off, too, to the 49er entire coaching staff and to John McVay as well, Director of Pro Personnel.
There's a flag. They couldn't run it out. They still have to run one more play. Oh, here comes some fans. They want to jump in on it. Offensive unit now goes back out on the field as the clock is run down to 3 seconds before they can claim the right to face Dallas next week. Contest is over. Well, not really.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Still 1 second showing. 49ers 38, Giants 34. 24, sorry.
Delay the game.
Delay the game. 1 second on the clock. As this is over, we'll be swinging it down to Brent Musburger, and he'll have some post-game guests.
There's 3 seconds on the clock, and the line judge will time it.
The line judge is timing.
3 seconds on the clock. Long three for Ray Perkins.
He's someone, you know, he's one of the fine coaches in this league, too, Ray Perkins.
That will do it. Second, just say so long for John Madden and for Pat Summerall. We'll be going down to Brent Musburger in just a second or two. In fact, let's do it right now.
Oh, thanks, Pat, so much. Good job, you and John Madden. Even enjoyed the heck out of the old chalkboard. And our buddy Roger went down to Dallas. He's got to get the Cowboys ready.
They're going to have to be ready. They're coming into a wild town and a great team.
Great. What about the NFC Championship now? Dallas and San Francisco, who'll be favored?
Nobody. How can anybody be favored over this team? Dallas can't be favored, neither can San Francisco.
How about the AFC game? Cincinnati and San Diego.
Well, you know that old golf expression.
The Bengals are up by 4. And the NFL Today continues on CBS in just a moment.